All right, so now time for some PS5 Sony news.
What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, analysts.
Do they have background music?
High PS5 Pro price.
Okay, they do. I'll pause mine.
Pesky final boss in Shadow of the.
Let's see what they talking about.
And the PS5 Pro has sparked
a
first debate about whether or not Sony is justified in setting such a high price for the mid-gen upgrade.
I'll tell you right now, before bro even finished speaking, the answer is hell nah. Nah, they ain't justified. Hell no.
IGN polls find that 75% of gamers think it's way too expensive, and only 15% plan to buy one. According to one
makes sense.
There are a number of factors that have contributed to Sony going for $700 and even higher in Europe and Japan. Piers Harding-Rolls, games industry analyst at Ampere, said the PS5 Pro pricing reflects Sony's adjusted strategy to protect its margin. That is, it is unwilling to sell consoles at a loss.
That's not true, because the fucking PS5, the OG PS5, the one I got, the first edition of the PS5 was sold at a loss. The Slim was sold at a loss, so I don't know what they're getting at.
And crucially, quote, a lack of direct competitor to its mid-cycle upgrade comparison.
This is what I think is the big hold on, let me move my camera. This is the big reason why I think Sony feels comfortable to pull this bullshit, because they don't feel they have any competition, because Nintendo niggas, they sit in their corner and they buy their Mario, they buy those games and shit like that. So Nintendo niggas don't give a fuck about the new PlayStation, the old PlayStation. They don't give a fuck, they don't care. PC niggas damn sure don't care, because we got a PC. And all the PlayStation exclusives, they're eventually going to come to PC. So we don't give a fuck. And niggas who already brought a PS5, it still works fine. Why do I need another one? Unless you're one of those people that be body slamming your PlayStation every time you miss a layup in 2K. The fuck are you missing out on? But this, what I feel like, is their real reason for doing this. They feel like if you want a console right now, it's a no-brainer to buy a PlayStation, because like nobody who's smart with their money would buy a fucking Xbox.
Compared to last generation, where Microsoft was preparing the Xbox One X. Harding-Rolls added, the lack of competition means that
too.
Decision for Sony to run with a higher price point to protect its existing margins. For most,
which, by the way, this is a ripple. This is a downfall. This is a trickle down effect. Sony made that dumbass purchase where they bought Bungie. Now we gotta pay for it because they made a shitty decision, which everybody who pays attention to gaming media and gaming news, everybody and their mama that seen that transaction said, why did you buy that, Sony? Sony, what was the reason for buying that? So they're passing their loss onto the customers, basically.
It's worth digging into this point. During the last generation, Microsoft took on Sony's dominance.
Yeah, seriously, Xbox, what the fuck are y'all doing? Xbox is trying to be Sega, which I hope doesn't happen, because that'll create a virtual duopoly.
To consumers as the world's most powerful console, with 40% more power than any other console on the market at the time. This time around, with the Xbox Series X and S floundering, the PS5 outselling its rivals significantly across most markets, and with no mid-gen upgrade from Microsoft in sight, Sony is in a different position. When it comes to the so-called console war, PlayStation is...
I really hope that rumor about Microsoft making a handheld, which I'm gonna talk a little bit more about later, not necessarily directly, but you'll see. But I hope that rumor that Microsoft is working on a handheld is true, and that they put out something that competes with the PlayStation Portable and those rumors about the PlayStation Vita.
And the PS5 Pro will launch unchallenged.
I really hope that's true, man, because Xbox getting their ass whooped. And as someone who has very fond memories on the 360, this is sad to see.
Chris Dring says PS5 Pro targets a very specific audience. I don't expect it to move the needle for the console space this year, although there will be some PS4 users waiting for the Pro model to upgrade.
Hell no.
But the lack of competition means Sony can protect its sales margin.
Which is true, because anybody who knows anything about gaming knows that a lot of consoles are sold at a loss, because they hope that they make profits when you buy these games. This is one of those things where earlier I was talking about, I don't believe in investing in companies if I can't track down where you get your money from, or if I can't figure out where you get your money from. Here's an example. Sony, they don't make money off of the consoles. Like he was saying, they sell their consoles at a loss. And the only reason why they're not selling this console at a loss is because they look left, look right, and they don't feel no threat from anybody else. If you want to buy a console and you're not a Nintendo nigga, which like I said, they sit in their corner and they play Mario, the 300th version of Mario, they're going to buy a PlayStation. For them, there's no other option of a console to buy currently. So to me, this is a very scary thing to see, because like if Sony gets comfortable doing bullshit like this and they have no competition, we, the gamers, we're the ones who suffer at the end of the day.
What does this price point mean for potential PS5 Pro sales? Ampere forecasts around 1.3 million.
That's gonna be scary.
Pro sales in the 2024 launch window, compared to 1.7 million PS4 Pros that were sold on launch in 2016. Harding Roll said, "We expect the price point to soften demand with some consumers, but
a lot, soften, kill.
Pricing is less of a consideration." The analyst expects the PS5.
But that's the thing I always say. You can't count your profits or try and estimate how much you're gonna make based off of enthusiasts, because enthusiasts, they're gonna buy it anyway. Like trying to predict how much money, trying to market your product to a new region or a new type of people and just going for the enthusiasts is crazy. Because for example, me, it doesn't matter how shitty the fighting game is, it doesn't matter how old it is. If it's a fighting game, even if I don't like the fighting game, like for example Tekken, I fucking hate Tekken, I'll still play Tekken, bro. I'm gonna complain about Tekken, I'm gonna call it shitty, I'm gonna say how it's just a stupid ass game, but I'm gonna still play it because I'm a fighting game enthusiast. Somebody who's not a fighting game enthusiast will probably never boot up Tekken 4 unless somebody like me or somebody that was there around the time and that's just their favorite Tekken gets them to play it. There has to be extra incentive, extra motive for a non-enthusiast to get it. Enthusiasts, you can feed them any fucking thing on a topic and they will take it. I will take any fighting game, no matter how funky, how shitty it is. If I see a fighting game that's fun to play, I'm gonna at least play it for a little while before I give it up and say, yeah, this shit is not for me, right? You can't count on enthusiasts. What is the general public that you're trying to rope in? What are they saying? Because like the PS5, the PlayStation Portable, that y'all could get away with marketing only to enthusiasts. This shit, this is a mid-generation console upgrade refresh. This is not something you just market to enthusiasts. This is something that you use to bring new people into the ecosystem. And we're going to talk more about the PS4, how the PS5 Pro costs like damn near a band, basically.
That console is estimated to have sold around 12% of total PS4 sales. The top comment on this IGN article reads, "I consider myself an enthusiast. I bought every upgrade that came with the generation as far back as the GBA SP and as recent as the Switch OLED. I won't be buying a PS5 Pro. My base PS5 will work just fine."
I'm just saying.
PS5 news, Sony will begin selling refurbished PlayStation 5.
Yep, this is the other thing I was going to talk about.
Pro. PlayStation Direct.
And they're doing this shit on purpose. Because like I said, their point, I low-key think that this is a smart strategy. They overpriced the regular PS5 and then, overpriced the PS5 Pro. So most people look at it and go, ooh. And they underpriced the regular PS5 so more people will buy that for $350 and just get in the ecosystem. Like I said, Sony, their thing is they're just trying to, any way they can, get you in the ecosystem.
News, Sony will begin selling refurbished PlayStation 5 consoles for half the price of the PS5 Pro. PlayStation Direct, Sony's online storefront for selling
W-Shot,
announced a certified refurbished digital edition of PS5 will cost $350 when it goes on sale soon, meaning half the price of the $700 PS5 Pro. It's perhaps not a coincidence that Sony unveiled the cheaper refurbished PS5 consoles alongside its new premium console. A refurbished PS5 with a disk drive costs $400, meaning both models are $100
cheaper.
Brand new counterparts. Sony says every PlayStation certified refurbished product completes a rigorous recertification process that includes full testing that meets the same functional standards as new PlayStation.
I don't trust that at all. For the simple fact, there are a lot of retro gaming outlets and stuff like that that promise that same shit, and you don't get it. Prime example, DK Oldies.
Products. your certified refurb.
By the way, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but if you ever want to buy a retro console or a console that's like PS3 or back, don't get it from DK Oldies. That's the worst place to get it. Nigga, like same shit I said about GameStop. You're going to get a fucking 3DS and you're going to open up the package and fucking furry porn stuck together with cum is going to drop out and fall on your lap. Same thing with DK Oldies. It's just now when you open up the damn disk drive, you're going to see dildo fragments in there, some shit.
This product works like new. The refurbished option is nice, I guess, but a lot of people expected a price drop for the base PS5, which has been out for 4 years now. The PS5 Pro,
which is true,
November 7th.
Which is something that, like I said, I was saying about the god damn it, I accidentally enacted the Jeopardy button. But yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say. Like, yo, PS4 been out for how many years? No price drop. What the fuck?
Today, Elden Ring developer From Software.
Yeah, don't care. I don't care. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some of this more. Now, if this is true, I want y'all to let me know in the comments. I have no problem going back and forth. If PlayStation right now came out with a PS Vita, would y'all cop? Like a PS Vita 2, would y'all buy it? Me? It depends, but let's read this. The same person who leaked the PS5 Pro. Oh, by the way, this is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. The same person who leaked the PS5 Pro specs and PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution claims Sony Interactive Entertainment has reached out to AMD handheld with a 2 teraflop of GPU power, surpassing that of the base PS4. Guess PS Vita 2 is coming after all. So this is a rumor, so don't take it serious yet, but let's assume that it is real for the sake of content, for the sake of conversation. Would y'all get a PS Vita 2? Me personally, it would have to have some very, very, very strong exclusives for me to even consider it. Because I'm not gonna lie, if it's just a strong portable PS4, I could do that by streaming games to my phone. Unless they bring back some form of UMDs and make it so that a good amount of the games can be played portably. Like you can buy a physical cartridge or something like that and play the games portably. If they did that, that would be great, because for games ownership and games preservation, that would be amazing. If they did something like that, that would actually encourage me to get it. So I just want to know, because it's not enough people to start a conversation in the chat right now. But for those of y'all watching this secondhand, y'all watching that, I'm gonna start saying that more. For those of y'all watching this secondhand, what would it take for y'all to buy a PlayStation handheld besides a PS Portable? Yeah, we already been over that in the other article. This I wanted to just look at. So basically this article is matching PS5 Pro's price and comparing it with other console launches. I wanted to go through this and see what it is. The very first PlayStation was released in '95 and retailed for $299 USD. Adjusted for inflation, the PS1 base model was $600. Let me remind you, all of these consoles are being sold at a loss. PS2, the GOAT, when adjusted for inflation, it came out and it cost $500. The PS3, adjusted for inflation, when it came out, it cost $900. PS3 Slim, when adjusted for, this is around when the Slim thing became like a major part of their strategy, released for $300. Adjusted for inflation, it came out for around $400 when a base price was $900. That's a good Slim model. This is something that if you were to release it mid-console life cycle, you could actually use it to convince people who haven't already brought into the system, into the ecosystem, to buy it. Because not only is it more powerful than the base model, it's more powerful, it's stronger, and it plays your games better. I kind of said that way, it's stronger. But y'all get what I'm saying. PS4, when adjusted for inflation, it came out and it cost $5. PS4 Pro, adjusted for inflation, when it came out, it cost $517. Sony PS5 Pro, when not adjusted for inflation, it came out and it cost $700. Think about that. If you're paying $700, this is, by the way, no disk drive, no vertical stand. If you're just coming into the console ecosystem, no second controller for when your mans come over and y'all want to play a game. No second controller. But this is before games. So however much cost you're gonna buy in games and microtransactions and shit like that. So like this console, it's not a good deal, man. They're robbing y'all niggas. They are robbing y'all niggas. And I kind of don't want to go through the other consoles. I don't give that much of a fuck. But they're selling this console at an overpriced price. And another thing I wanted to add is if you live in other countries, you're getting doubly as fucked. Because not only are they overcharging you, they're overcharging you and they're charging you more. Because if you're not aware right now, I believe it's the euro, that's the proper symbol. Yeah, the euro is worth more than USD currently. Like inflation wise, they're charging more in a country with a stronger dollar. That's fucking crazy. This article, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this bitch in a grokky boy. But basically, the headline of this article is, and I quote, PS5 Pro is off-puttingly expensive. Here's why it'll still sell out. Oh wait, no. Before I get to that, another thing I wanted to mention in terms of points of why you might as well just buy a fucking PC. Online is free. So I'm gonna read you this short quote and show you what I mean. On PlayStation, keep in mind, Xbox 2, in order to play their games or buy into their ecosystem, you gotta pay $50 a month for the online. On PC, on the other hand, quote, and this comes from an Epic Games spokesperson, crossplay across all PC storefronts is a requirement on the Epic Games Store for all multiplayer games, ensuring that players and friends can play together wherever they purchase their games. And you also know this is true because Fortnite is crossplay essentially natively. So, console niggas, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear y'all simp for PlayStation. Convince me. Give me a reason to buy a PS5 Pro. Pretend I'm somebody who hasn't brought a PS5 already. Convince me to buy a PS5 Pro. Guarantee you won't. Oh, this one I threw in the summarizer. Boom, let's read it. PS5 Pro enhancements. The Pro features are a significantly upgraded GPU. By the way, I'm calling it now. The PS5 Pro is probably going to bottleneck pretty hard because they upgraded the GPU in it, but they didn't upgrade the CPU. It's probably going to bottleneck pretty hard. The PS5 Pro features a significantly upgraded GPU with 67% more compute units than PS5 gigawatts. AI-driven upscaling and called PlayStation PSSR, which is some shit they made up. Wait, did it give me less than 5? Oh no, it gave me exactly 5. All right. PC equivalents. To match the PS5's performance on a PC, you wouldn't need a high-end graphics card like the NVIDIA 3070 or AMD 6800. Alongside a powerful CPU like the Ryzen 7 and the Intel Core i7. It would be cheaper to get the same amount of performance that a PS5 Pro has in a PC. But let's keep going. Like I said, it'd be cheaper. You get more performance. Online is free. Those are 3 things right there. Another benefit to buying a PC over a fucking console, if you can only afford to get one. Another reason to get a PC is the games are cheaper. Steam sales happen very often. It is rare that sales happen on the PlayStation Store, on the Microsoft Store, on the Nintendo Switch Store. PC games go on sale a lot quicker and way more often. The PS5 Pro is priced at $700, positioning it as a premium option for console gamers, whereas equivalent PC hardware might offer more flexibility and upgradability, but at a potentially higher initial cost. Which is who is calling me? what was I saying? Oh, PC is more flexible. Another benefit from PC, you can surf the web. Another benefit from PC, if you want to content create, look at what I'm doing now. Another benefit of PC is if you want to do other external things, like let's say, for example, you work remotely, you have a strong ass PC to do your work on that you can also, when you're done with work, switch over to your game. There's just so many overweighing benefits for if you're a gamer to buy a PC instead of a PS5. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, there's some more benefits. A lot of you watch YouTube on your console, which I don't know why, but I'm about to answer that right now. You see this, not this one. You see this extension right here called, oh, well, you can't see the name, but the name of this extension is called uBlock Origin. I have a web browser, also something that's not on the PS5, a web browser for some godforsaken reason. Oh damn, did I just let that play? Whatever. You also have access to web browsers. Which also gives you access to things like ad block. So whenever you go on YouTube, you don't have to watch any of those annoying ass ads. Because you listen to music once on your phone on YouTube, you don't have to hear another trash ass fucking rapper on your goddamn YouTube ads before you're trying to watch a video. You're sitting here trying to watch your goddamn your talk to a girl podcast. Now before you gotta hear yo, it's your boy Young Kill, every nigga on the block dot. God, boom! You tired of hearing that shit? Get yourself a fucking PC, install uBlock Origin, you're welcome. And a lot of browsers nowadays come with ad block, besides Google Chrome, because you know that goes against their interests. But even then, still uBlock. I'm just saying. TV compatibility, the best TV for, oh yeah, that's another thing. A lot of y'all are buying these 4K, 8K consoles, and y'all niggas don't even got a 1440 TV. Your TV is not 1440. The fuck are you, like, you're buying a console that runs at a frame rate higher than what your TV can handle. So most of your output is basically just a waste. Imagine, all right, to give y'all a visual representation, just in case you don't understand. Wait, so I got the mop in here? No, I'm gonna put the bowl under, so I ain't gotta mop up. Damn, my leg dead as hell. My pee hurt because I was in the gym cycling today while I was looking up these articles so I could make fun of Sony. So basically, imagine if you went to go take a sip of water, right? This metaphor, I'm gonna explain right now what it's like to have a non-1080, non-4K monitor and try and play a 1080 4K game. Imagine every time you go to drink some water, you do this. That's what's happening. Every time you go to drink some water, just... this is what it's like. You're only getting 1080, so... you're just sitting there, wasting signal, wasting bandwidth, wasting, what you call it? Damn, my brain is drawing a blank on a word. But you're basically buying hardware where you're not even getting the full benefits of it. You're just dumping quality out the window. A lot of y'all are buying a console for better quality and you're not even getting it. And then even if you do have a 4K, 8K TV, it's upscale. So really, you're just looking at them doing this. So imagine this browser's in 100%. That's basically what they're doing to the fucking image. They're zooming in on the image, essentially. That's not exactly how it is, but for lack of better terms, that's basically what these niggas is doing. They finessing you. They be finessing you. They tricking you, gang. But back to this article. Pricing and market positions. Oh, wait, no. Gaming experience. The PS5 Pro aims to deliver 4K gaming at 60 FPS, which I'm not gonna go into it too much, but basically Sony is very loose on that. Just because their console is capable of giving 4K 60 FPS and in best case scenarios, games are not required to be able to do that for their performance mode or for their to be able to say they're using pro mode. So they could straight up lie to you. Well, not straight up, but they could borderline lie to you and just get away with it because Sony's like, we don't give a fuck. Skip that. There we go. Beat. They could basically lie to you and get away with it for supported games, potentially reducing the need to choose between performance and quality modes. However, PC gaming still offers greater customization, true, upgrade potential, and a broader games library. And another thing, PCs can last way longer. Not only can they do more, they can do more and last longer. So if you really do a good job taking care of your PC, you can get and play everything usably for about 10 years. I'll say 5 with no upgrades. If you future-proof your PC properly, 10. Because like, for example, if you would have brought a 2080 and like 2019, 2018 and built a computer with a 2080 back then and been using it now, your computer would still be crushing most of the games that's come out, absolutely destroying a lot of these games that's coming out and being able to play it in 4K 120 FPS, absolutely crushing it. And that's the 20 series. The latest card series is the 40 series, getting ready to move on to the 50 series. So like I said, for console niggas that always try to argue me about this shit, please, for the love of God, be a good consumer and buy a fucking PC at that point. $700 for a console, my nigga, buy a PC. And I'm not talking to the people that's passive fans. I'm talking about the niggas that will sit there and defend shit with their whole heart and soul. With that being said, I need to boot up this PS5 and play and play Astro's Playroom, man. Let me go ahead and be a PS5 fanboy real quick. Let me be a hypocrite. Let me be a hypocrite, man. Give me a second. Let me be a hypocrite.